Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Nur Syafiqah binti Mahmud. So today we are going to present about our magazine. So I will introduce my group members. This is
Hi, my name is Rul Shafika Arisha.
Hi, my name is Nusafat Syafiqah binti Mazalani.
My name is Nia Haja Masara binti Cik Muhammad Yusof.
okay. Our magazine is about issue about parenting style and about an issue about food and nutrition. So I will explain a little bit about the definition of parenting style. Parenting style is defined as a constellation of attitudes and behavior of parents towards children and the emotional element in which parental behavior is expressed. In the field of parenting, the typologist approach to conceptualizing parenting by Merkin and Martin. Okay, for food and nutrition, food and nutrition is how we get fuel, providing energy for our body. We need to replace the nutrient in our bodies with a new supply every day.
Like tak bergerak.
Okay, now. Okay, we going to move to the first issue of parenting style. The first issue of parenting style is authoritarian parenting. Authoritarian parenting is parents of this style tend to have a new one-way mode of communication where the parents establish strict rules that the child obeys. There is little to no room for negotiations from the child, and the rules are not usually explained. They expect their children to uphold these standards while making no errors. Mistakes usually lead to punishments. Authoritarian parents are normally less nurturing and have high expectations with limited flexibility. Next is authoritative parenting. This type of parents normally develop a close, nurturing relationship with their children. They have clear guidelines for their expectation and explain their reason associated with disciplinary action. Disciplinary methods are used as a way of support instead of punishment. Okay, next is permissive parenting. Permissive parents tends to be a warm, nurturing, and usually have minimal or no expectations. They impose limited rules on their children. Communication remains open, but parents allow their children to figure things out for themselves. Last but not least is uninvolving parenting. Children are given a lot of freedom as this type of parents normally stay out of the way. They fulfill the child's basic needs while generally remaining detached from their children's life. Uninvolved parents does not utilize a particular disciplining style and has a limited amount of communication with their child. They tend to offer a low amounts of nurturing while having either few or no expectation of their children. Okay, we are going to move the solution about the strategy about the issue from parenting style. Okay, next for issue of food and nutrition, the first issue is overweight and obesity. Eating a healthy diet along with getting enough physical activity and sleep can help children grow up healthy and avoid overweight and obesity. Next is heart disease and stroke. Two of the main causes of heart disease and stroke are high blood pressure and high blood cholesterol. consuming too much sodium and can increase blood pressure and the risk of heart disease and stroke. Next is type 2 diabetes. People who are overweight or obese have a highest risk of developing type 2 diabetes than healthy people. Because over time their bodies become less able to use the insulin they produce. Last but not least is cancer. An unhealthy diet can increase the risk of some type of cancer. Consuming unhealthy foods and beverage such as sugar sweetened beverage and highly processed foods can lead to weight gain, obesity, and other chronic conditions that put people at higher risk for at least 13 type of cancer, including endometrial cancer, breast cancer in postmenopausal women, and colorectal cancer. Colorectal cancer risk is also associated with eating red and processed meat. Okay, I'm going to pass to the next presenter.
Okay, for strategies of parenting style, first is authoritarian parenting. Have two, one of no emotion of compassion and trust issue. For permissive parenting is make a list of fundamental house rules. Your children need a clear understanding of your expectation and follow through. For parents who have a tendency to permissive, this may be the greatest challenge. And then authoritative parenting, and parents who are authoritative recognize their kids' emotion, and uninvolved parenting is if are underage and still living with parent can will ask them permission to go to treatment. Okay, for strategies food and nutrition is in very early childhood, parents have an impact on how their children acquire their eating pattern. It is possible that early exposure to food like fruits, vegetables, and other things linked to good growth and development will influence a child choose for a consumption of this food. Okay, next for the rule.
Next slide. Next, for the role of parent for parenting style, according to Bjorn typology, parenting style vary on a two-dimensional framework of parental efforts. Parents, mana tu saan ni? Role parent play in promoting respect for rules and social convention and responsive warm acceptance involvement, which is related to the level of parental involvement between children and parents. The authoritarian style has high demandness and low responsiveness and is characterized by firmly enforced rules and decided by parents, as well as strong control over children's autonomy. Parents with an authoritarian style attempt to control the behavior of their children in accordance with a set standard of conduct, usually as absolute standard. This study examine and the association between parenting style, teacher interactional style, and children's reading and spelling skill. The sample consisted of Finnish speaking children and their parents and teacher. First, the result indicated the both and authoritative parenting style and authoritative teacher interactional style positively predicted children's spelling skill development. Second, authoritative parenting was particularly beneficial for the spelling skills development of children who were at risk for reading disabilities. Third, authoritative teaching promotes reading disabilities. Finally, some evidence was found that authoritative term could compensate for the negative impact of non-authoritative parenting on reading development among kindergarten non-readers. Bawah-bawah. For role of community or any related individual, parents have the duty to protect the children's right until they are old enough to make their own way in the world. The authority to make decisions concerning and affecting to the care, welfare, and proper development of the child is known as parental responsibility. Bawah-bawah. Role for role of parents for food and nutrition. Role of parent for food and nutrition. As a parent or a caregiver, you play an important role in shaping your children's eating habits. You have a big influence over the family environment where meals take place and the type of food your children eat. Positive experience about food early on may help your children develop healthy eating habit later in life. For example, they influence children's developing preference and eating behavior by making some food available rather than others and by acting as model of eating behavior. For the roles of teacher, nutrition educator provide training and information about the benefit of healthy food and balanced diet. They may work in hospitals, school, and other organizations and develop for education programs and policies. They conduct research, consult with clients, and run teaching seminars and courses. The last one is for related individual. The aim of community nutrition action is the adequate lifestyle related to food consumption pattern in others to improve the quality of life and contribute to health promotion of the population in the community where programs and services are delivered. Nutrition is critical part of health and development. Better nutrition is related to improve infant, children, and maternal health. Stronger immune system, safer pregnancy and childbirth, lower risk of non-communicable diseases such as diabetes and cardiovascular disease, and longevity help children learn better. I will pass for next presenter.
Okay, my part is suggestion activity to improve the environment of family institution. So the first is rules of clothes and toys. It is not secret that parents need to purchase a lot of things of their children. Most of these things are usually used for only a short time. So in the case of toys, here a small community Armenian parents online that you can join to exchange toys. Next point is create an outdoor classroom. Is help your student appreciate nature and its beauty by building an outdoor classroom. With just some wood and nail, you can create an amazing outdoor space that's perfect for observing nature. Okay. Next is explore the outdoors, both in your view and surrounding, as well as time spent within green space. of their children, numerous mental, physical, and social developmental benefits and spur their growth into ecologically aware and responsible citizen. Okay. From point to the family is play. Within this structure, they are to play with the children and each other. They take time from work and other commitment to celebrate birthday and holiday and do activity together, a family. Last but not least is eating together. Eating together as a extremely significant and bring the family together. This can be difficult when most families are engaged in activity. So you may want to try something like going for a family swim or Sunday afternoon and then have a BBQ. So that's all from me. So I pass the another member.
Okay, for the conclusion, the present study has provided new information about the role of parenting style and parent education in positive your development of as adults since in Malaysia. It is highly recommended that future such studies in the Malaysian context to address the current research gap by considering the background difference of the other racial groups through their past and current situation and non-Malaysia of immigrants, such as the available facilities or resources in both uh, circumstance in their own country and Malaysia, their families such as their parenting style, parents' involvement, family functioning, connection with other people or many other related aspects in comparison to the race in Malaysia. A future study may explore the effect of this relationship and function in deep, so more variable related to family. Finally, despite the limitation, the present study has demonstrated valuable finding specifically in an Asian content, and it can also be used as a benchmark study for a suitable parenting for adults since and to encourage PUID in Malaysia. That's all from us. Thank you.